But let me talk about this union here, these three circles that are really behind the power that's going to drive you forward in this whole opportunity, particularly in follow-up. And so the first one is to delight in the Lord. The second one is to dream your best life. And the third is your daily method of operation. So, and I understand that everybody on the call some of us may have a different faith than, say, a Christian faith. It's okay. If you just take your belief system and put it in that first top box, because it's important, as I think we all can agree, to believe in something bigger than ourselves that makes us better for ourselves, so then we can be better for the world around us too. And for us in a Christian perspective, particularly one who has experienced the gift of delighting in the Lord and him giving us the desires of our heart, we're in this opportunity. God got us to basically a point financially that set our lives completely free. And who doesn't want that, right? That is a desire for many of us. And for us to delight in the Lord, to know that if I delight myself in him, he will give me the desires of my heart. And that's a whole message unto itself. But the easiest way to begin that is just become grateful unto the Lord during the day that he's bigger than you and he's going before you and he loves you and he's worth delighting in more so than your dream. And so if your heart is to delight in the dream maker, you'll find your dreams coming true sooner than you think. And that happens, we work on that through the day, right? And then the second to the right here is you dream your best life. This is where many of us have been beaten down and just kind of not compromised, but maybe we had a dream in our life, then we tried to get after it, and maybe just life got a little too big for us, and we had to continue to get into the job, punch the time clock, and just make a living for the family, for ourselves, and hopefully have enough money at the end of the month, have some for savings. And now here we are 5, 10, 20, 30 years later thinking, hey, I still need more money, right? And I think many of us have been here. And what happens is we're really not living our dream. We're living what we think is normal, a normal, responsible life. But that's not a dream. We don't want to look back and say, I could have, I should have, but I didn't have. No, this is the opportunity where you say you will. And so the purpose in having a dream is literally for you to be fulfilled and for have something to you to truly shoot for. But typically a good dream is going to be something that's bigger than yourself. And then that's why you need someone who's bigger than yourself, like the Lord, or what you believe in, that's going to help you get this done for yourself. But in doing so, you're going to find yourself being better for the watching world around you. And so a really good dream is a dream that really is bigger than you, which means it's going to impact the lives around you as you begin to accomplish it. And obviously, it's way bigger than the job you and I currently used to have, if you will, or currently have. So, and also the key in dreaming your best life is one of the keys, one of them, is to begin to speak it. Begin to speak it. Begin to face what you're afraid of, the fear that will arise thinking, oh, maybe this is too big. And before you speak it and before you really do that, it's really first things first, it's important to pray it. Lord, give me, Lord, the desires in my heart, clarify them, and I will speak them. And I'll make sure they're a bigger dream that includes you in it too. And you'll find yourself beginning to see your eyes begin to come clear on really what's been in your heart all along, that God's designed for you so that you can be more fulfilled than ever before and be a blessing to the watching world around you. Well, in order to accomplish that, you've got to go to your third area here, which is your daily method of operation. And all three of these circles have to work together. You can't have one without the other to truly achieve really what your heart desires. And that's centered together here. When all three of these circles come together, then what you have is you have what in the book From Good to Great calls your hedgehog. And get that book From Good to Great. That's where I got these circles from. And because that's the center by which you really have found your true thumbprint in life, the thing that really makes your heart beat. And here it is. It's right here. And you'll find fulfillment when your daily method of operation is something you're consistent in. And remember, on our daily method of operation, in this opportunity, it is the PRO system. And so being consistent is imperative in order to walk a steady path to the dreams God has truly put in your heart, and he's the one who can truly bring them to pass. And as is note here, I'll add, from a scriptural perspective, and this is something to think about, Paul planted, Apollos watered, but God made it grow. And it also says in the Old Testament, unless the Lord builds the house, them who labor to do so in vain. So for me as a Christian, my job is to labor with all my heart. My job, like Paul and Apollos, was to plant in the water. But God is the one who brought the growth. And when here I am looking, I'm living that reality. I planted and watered. We've sponsored over 205 people in the last 25 months. That's just 2 people a week, right? And but the growth that has come is bigger than the growth you or me or anybody on this call could ever create for ourselves. Where did that come from? God made it grow. God's itching to bring you growth as well. It comes in his time. But if you not consistent, if you get discouraged, and if you tap out, guess what's not going to happen? Your dreams aren't going to come true. At least not from this opportunity. And I can't think of another opportunity currently, a platform as a businessman who's owned a business, who had a lot of overhead, a lot of employees, and was going to sell my business for a lot of money that someone else is then going to have to buy, leverage their house, borrow probably, and then pour money into, and then pay a big price for, and hopefully eventually get past all that years down the road. Instead of doing none of that for just a price of a premium kit and a couple $100 a month, be in a position you can literally make more money than any franchise you could ever buy, with a lot more joy, a lot more power. So this is just the most wonderful reality we live in right now. And this daily method of operation is so important. And here's where we feel sometimes we may fail out.